The cold wind cut through the empty street as Sarah bent down to pick up a worn leather wallet lying near the edge of a cracked sidewalk, its dark surface dusted with rain and tire marks, looking almost forgotten by the world, just like she often felt herself. She had walked this same route every morning before sunrise, heading to the small diner where she washed dishes for barely enough pay to keep the lights on in her tiny Ohio apartment, and that morning felt heavier than most. Her shoes were thin, her coat too light for winter, and her stomach hollow from skipping breakfast again, but something about that wallet made her stop. In that moment, standing under a flickering street lamp with traffic rushing past, she had no idea that this small, ordinary choice would change the direction of her life forever. If you believe in kindness, second chances, and the idea that one honest decision can rewrite a destiny, take a moment right now to like this video, leave a comment, share it with someone who needs hope, and subscribe to the channel so more stories like this can reach the world. Sarah lived quietly, carrying the weight of responsibility far beyond her years. After her mother passed away and her father disappeared into addiction, she became her own support system, juggling long shifts and overdue bills while trying to keep her dignity intact. The wallet felt heavy in her hands, not just with weight but with possibility, and as she opened it, she saw neatly stacked bills, credit cards, and an ID bearing the name Michael Carter. The amount of money inside could have changed everything for her, could have paid rent, fixed her broken heater, or bought food that wasn't instant noodles. For a moment, temptation whispered in the back of her mind, not out of greed, but desperation. Yet the thought of someone else panicking, searching their pockets, heart racing with fear of loss, made her chest tighten. She imagined how it would feel to lose everything in one careless moment, and without hesitation, she made a choice that felt heavy but right. She walked past the diner, past her bus stop, and headed toward the address listed on the ID, even though it meant being late for work and possibly losing her job. The neighborhood on the address was nothing like her own. Tall iron gates, trimmed hedges, and quiet streets lined with large homes made her feel small as she stood before a grand house with lights glowing warmly inside. Her hands trembled as she rang the bell, unsure of how she would be received or if anyone would even believe her. When the door opened, she was met by a well-dressed man in his 40s whose tired eyes widened when he saw the wallet in her hand. His name was Michael, and he had spent the last hour frantically searching for it, unaware it had slipped from his coat earlier that morning. Sarah explained softly where she found it and handed it back without asking for anything in return. She didn't know that the man standing before her was a successful investor, a self-made millionaire who had built his life from nothing and valued integrity above all else. What struck Michael wasn't just the return of the wallet, but the condition of the young woman standing in front of him. Her worn shoes, her nervous posture, and the quiet dignity in her eyes told a story money could never buy. He asked her why she didn't keep it, and though she didn't give a long answer, her simple honesty left a deep mark on him. He insisted on giving her a reward, but she refused, explaining that doing the right thing was enough. That answer stayed with him long after she walked away, hurrying toward work with no idea that her life was about to shift. Later that day, Michael couldn't shake the feeling that he had just witnessed something rare, something pure, and he decided to find her again, not out of pity, but respect. Over the following weeks, their paths crossed again in unexpected ways. Michael learned about Sarah's struggles, her long hours, her dreams of going back to school, and the quiet strength she carried without complaint. Instead of offering handouts, he offered opportunity, helping her enroll in courses, connecting her with stable work, and mentoring her with genuine care. Sarah never asked for any of it, and that was what made her story so powerful. Slowly, her life began to change. Her apartment warmed, her meals became regular, and her smile returned. But more importantly, her belief in herself grew stronger with each passing day. She had done one good thing expecting nothing, and the universe had answered in a way she never imagined. Years later, Sarah stood in a place she once thought unreachable, stable, confident, and helping others who reminded her of her former self. She never forgot the morning she picked up a wallet in the cold, or the choice that could have gone another way. And Michael never forgot the young woman who reminded him that true wealth isn't measured in numbers, but in integrity, compassion, and courage. Their lives had crossed for only a moment, yet that moment reshaped both of them forever. Before this story ends, take a second to comment below with the words, "Kindness still matters," if you believe small actions can create big change. And if this story touched your heart or reminded you of the power of honesty, please like, share, and subscribe so more stories like this can continue to inspire others. Because sometimes, the smallest choices lead to the greatest miracles, and sometimes, returning a lost wallet can return faith to a world that desperately needs it.